Hey guys, Monochrome here. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. Genuinely good to have you. I wanted to discuss an interesting topic today. There are a shocking number of jurisdictions, huge number, across America where traditional martial arts weapons are banned. Now, in a lot of places, you can still own them, but you better not be carrying them out on the streets. And if you use them, even if you're perfectly justified in doing so, you can be charged just because you use the wrong type of self defense tool, which is absolute garbage. But that's the law. And it really is stupid because the vast majority of traditional martial arts weapons started out as farming implements. That's right. So it's important to always stay legal. But there are also legal workarounds. Let me give you an example. Here we have a nice modern day example of a Yavara stick. Now, this is not the traditional example going back decades that used to be made out of aluminum, and there was some very aggressive diamond checkering in the middle, and the ends were rounded and had hidden spikes in them. No. This is what a modern day Yavara stick looks like. Now you take away the fancy coating, you take away the finger grooves, you take away the stylized ends, and what do you have? Well, you basically have a 6-inch wooden dowel with a diameter of approximately 1.25 inches. Yeah. You get caught with a Yavara stick, it's going to get confiscated. There'll probably be a fine. Who knows, maybe even a little bit of jail time. So, okay, here's a legal workaround. Oh, a wooden dowel. That's right. This is perfectly legal to street carry in a lot of jurisdictions that say, no traditional martial arts weapons. Well, this isn't a traditional martial arts weapon. It's a wooden dowel. That's all it is. Just a wooden dowel. Oh, okay, I guess that's perfectly good. Mm-hmm. That's one example of a workaround. Another example, even though you're going to look funny carrying it on the streets, and I don't recommend you do so, you know, head to Home Depot or any hardware store and buy an extra thick mop handle. Cut off the tapered end that's supposed to be inserted into a mop head, and what have you got? Oh, look, you have a bow staff. Take that mop handle, cut it in half. What have you got? Oh, a pair of extra thick, extra hard hitting Eskrima sticks. Mm-hmm. That's what you have. Or get a normal thickness broom handle. Cut it down, Now you have a Kubaton, traditional martial arts weapons. So I do recommend getting training with a Kubaton or a Yavara stick. And if you live in a jurisdiction that is, I mean, there are places where self-defense is basically illegal, but the ruling politicians are smart enough to keep their mouths shut and not actually try to ban self-defense, because that would be a nightmare for them. But there are politicians with a diseased mentality who would rather see you brutalized than see you defend yourself against some poor, unfortunate, low-class criminal who grew up in a broken household. Mommy and daddy were druggies and all this other ridiculous bleeding heart nonsense. Judges, politicians, yeah, they'd rather see you brutalized than have you defend yourself against those poor, misunderstood, lost souls. Yeah, no. So again, I emphasize, stay legal. Very important. Stay legal. However, if you're in a jurisdiction that bans all of the most effective self-defense tools that you can use and then gives you lip service about, oh yeah, you can defend yourself. Yeah. Go with a legal, and I emphasize this, legal workaround instead of something like this. You carry something like this. And it doesn't take a long amount of time. I mean, even if all you have is a handsaw, you can take an extra thick mop handle purchased from Home Depot and, yeah, saw through it every 6 inches. You'll end up with a handful of Yavara sticks or dowels. And that's all they are. They're dowels. And in the unlikely event a police officer finds one of them on you, you can just say, oh, that's a measuring dowel. It's exactly 6 inches long. So it helps with measurements. It's a lot faster than pulling out a tape measure and having to use 2 hands. And yeah, that's true. 6 inches. I mean, it's going to be rather interesting what the police officer will say. He'll probably look at you funny and be like, yeah, exactly. It's a wooden dowel, officer. It's a wooden measuring dowel. 6 inches. I do a lot of work where everything has to be right around 6 inches. It's just easier pulling out my 6-inch wooden dowel than constantly grabbing a tape measure, using 2 hands. Who has time for that? Who has time for that? So there you go. I mean, again, make sure that your alternatives are legal. I'm not talking about cutting down that extra thick mop handle, getting 2 long sticks, drilling holes inside of them, and then using some paracord to make you a pair of already illegal nunchucks. No, no. I'm talking about legal alternatives to traditional martial arts weapons, because sometimes that's all you have. And that concept bleeds into other self defense tools. I mean, if you're in a jurisdiction where pepper spray is perfectly legal, that's great. And I did make a video quite a while back in which I talked about how this very canister of pepper spray helped me to avoid a escalation of a violent confrontation with some worthless ghetto street thug. This was, yeah, this was the very last day of 2023. Very last day of 2023. Some worthless street thug who, I don't know, he's just a worthless street thug. Honestly, it is disgusting that people like him have the same rights as normal, decent human beings. But yeah, I used this very canister of pepper spray, pointed it at him, told him to get the hell out of here, and he started backing up. So obviously he's been sprayed before, didn't enjoy the experience, didn't want to go through that again. Yeah. So yeah, this thing right here prevented a horrible encounter with a worthless street thug from escalating into something physical. Yeah, this very container that you're looking at, I still have it. It's still good. It hasn't reached its expiration date. So yeah, I still carry it. But what if you're in a jurisdiction where even something like this is no bueno? Well, here's what a lot of people do. And I don't have an example of it on me, but you will have a lot of people, maybe not on their person because it's too big for that, but they will keep a canister of wasp spray in their vehicle. Or they might bring a canister to work if they sit behind a desk. And yeah, wasp spray is perfectly legal. You spray it on a wasp's nest, and yeah, no more wasps. But here's the thing. If you take a large canister of pepper spray, or even something this size, and you spray it directly into a person's eyes, and you keep spraying and you empty the entire container, there's a possibility you might leave them blind. Might. Pepper spray is mostly designed not to permanently blind someone. But yeah, you empty a large enough container directly into a person's eyes, and I mean completely empty that container, there's a good chance they're going to go blind. So because of that fear, there are some jurisdictions that say, no, you can't have pepper spray, too dangerous. Okay. How about I keep a large canister of wasp spray in my car, at my desk at work? Is that okay? Oh yeah, that's fine. That can't do any damage. Wrong. You want to permanently blind someone? Take a large canister of wasp spray and just spray them in the eyes a little bit. Yeah, the formula inside, oh yeah, a lot more dangerous than anything you'll find in here. And there are a lot of truckers who will carry wasp spray because as they cross jurisdictions, they don't have to worry about whether or not it's legal. Wasp spray is legal. I don't know of a single jurisdiction that has made it illegal. Let me just say that. Yeah. Very common thing for truckers to carry. They get hijacked, quick spray in the eyes. Now the hijacker is blind for the rest of their life. Why? All because in some jurisdictions, this is illegal. It's the same stupid mentality like in New Jersey, where if you're even caught with hollow point ammo, each one you get caught with is mandatory certain number of years in prison. Meanwhile, hollow point ammo is the most effective at stopping an attacker. You hit him once, twice, it expands. Okay, threat is over. You've stopped the attacker. Not necessarily killed him, but you've stopped him. So now he goes to the hospital and you got doctors pulling out 1 or 2 hollow point bullets from their chest. And there's a pretty good chance the guy will live. But okay, let's make that ammunition illegal. All right, carry ball ammo, round nose. Guess what? Oh, violent attacker. Keep shooting him until he goes down. How many shots did it take? Oh, several. Quite a few. Okay, well, he's barely clinging to life. Let's rush him to the hospital. Oh, he passed away. Well, of course he passed away because he kept attacking, and the only way to stop him was to keep pumping him full of lead. Or the defender could have used a couple of hollow point rounds to stop the violent attack. So which is more survivable? In surgery, at the hospital? 2 hollow point rounds or 10 or 12 round nose ball ammo? I mean, it's idiotic that you have politicians who make certain items illegal and other items they don't touch at all. Oh yes, that's fine for you to own that. Meanwhile, the stuff you're allowed to own is sometimes more dangerous than the stuff you're not. Wasp spray being probably the most perfect example. Take maybe a couple of seconds, shot in the face with pepper spray. Okay, yeah, it feels terrible, but you're going to recover. Take a couple of seconds, shot in the face with wasp spray. Yeah, sorry, you're going to be blind for the rest of your life. I mean, yes, the guy shouldn't have been out committing violent criminal acts, but again, the stuff that's less dangerous is illegal, and people find a legal workaround that's more dangerous to the attacker. That's the irony. So just remember, there are legal workarounds Again, legal. Stay legal, but remember, there are legal workarounds. Okay, guys, that's it for today. I just really wanted to address that topic. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'll see you soon. Please stay safe out there.